Hello everyone. This is a sort of response to gothatfunk's video on activism. He asked for what three things would I change, would each of us change? And no, change is I don't want to go there, only because asking what three things you could change asks the question, what sort of unintended consequences would you like to deal with? It's more complicated than it appears at first blush. Me being the lazy sack of shit I am, I don't want to do it that way. So I'll go with what three things would I do? And being the lazy sack of shit that I am, I'm going to go with three things I'm already doing. The first one is to stick to the truth as close as I possibly can. When speaking, be aware of the limitations of my knowledge and phrase things in a way that recognizes this. If I can't speak in certainty, which is most of the time, speak with the appropriate amount of skepticism, caution, or qualification. Don't claim knowledge that I don't have, in other words. Claim the knowledge I do have with the appropriate amount of humility, given how little we actually know. The second thing is to keep some kind of truth with my interactions with others. That if I am going to be a dick to someone, do so for the right reasons. And if I feel the urge to be a dick to them for no reason at all, if I happen to go with that urge, which I sometimes do, then don't pretend and cover it under some noble cause. Don't try and make myself out to be something I'm not in interacting with others. If I'm confronted with with what I believe, or is certainly contradictory to reality, if something I believe to be false and can back this up by active observation, then attempt to correct the person, but don't attempt to be in control of them, because I'm not, unless they're about to endanger someone else or myself, or themselves, I suppose. It would be a nice thing to do. But in general, do not attempt to make myself out to be some kind of authority over anyone but myself. And try and live up to that responsibility as best I can. And the third would be to, and if this is sounding fairly Buddhist, I understand. It's not really, but it's kind of similar, I guess. The last would be correct action, which would be understanding what my impact is on the world, what the choices, and again, this is to the limited ability that I have to appreciate and understand what the complexity of the world around me. But understand that I'm in a country that is making lots and lots of money by selling loans and by buying lots of other people's products, and is basically making a very small percent of the population rich and screwing over the vast majority of everyone else. And understand how exactly this ties into the events of the last, or again, exactly as much as I can, the events of the last 30, 60, 90, 100, whatever years, and how I can work against this, how I can attempt to find people who have not been bought out by multinationals and attempt to solicit their business, and do my best to help rather than hurt, and understand that there is precious little I can do except for helping to educate others. And beyond that, and understand that human-sized changes are all that I can accomplish, but by encouraging other people to make such human-sized changes as well. Maybe in 20, 30 years we will have accomplished something. Don't believe it'll happen before then, though. If you set your sights on a short-term goal, make your short-term goal surviving the next week. Because that's about all that's even remotely within your power. Thank you for your time and attention.